Hello, I'm Chris Waddell from Cycle Solutions, here with another installment of how to make your bike better. What I'm going to show you today is a magnet drain plug system made for us by Dimple. They by far make the strongest magnetic drain plugs in the world. This is a bottle of gear oil, and then inside this bottle there's a whole bunch of metal shavings, as you can see, that are attached to these magnets. This is a stock Harley drain plug magnet, and this is a V-rod from Dimple, and this is a multi-purpose drain plug by Dimple for most Harley applications. For the 2007 and newer twin cams, it fits every single drain plug hole, with the exception of the dry sump, which takes another, and I'll get to that here a bit later. So what's in this bottle is a whole bunch of metal shavings that was taken out of a tank that we drain oil into at shows when we service. The oil's cold, it's thick, but the bottom line is you can see that there's all sorts of metal shavings stuck to it. I'm going to pull away this particular magnet, which is the Dimple drain plug magnet. I'm going to show you just how strong this is. I don't know how many people have seen a magnet hold up plastic, but this one does a fine job. So I'm going to release this magnet. Alright, go ahead and shake it up. Get everything in there nice and loose. Now I want to attach it. You can actually hear the metal attaching itself to the magnet. Now, when this actually sits in the crankcase underneath in a motorcycle, every bit of ferrous metal will stick to it. And if you look, see how it's made a chain? It's stuck to it. Every piece is now magnetized. It's so strong and oily, if you will, that it'll actually hold the entire bottle up by itself. For sake of argument, let's do the same thing with the stock plug. Shake it up. Stick it to the side. Nothing's attaching it. You can't hear it, you can't see it because it's not doing anything. Now, if you look closely, it's still not doing anything. I'm on the actual metal, and again, it's doing nothing. So, when you take a Dimple magnet that we distribute, stick it to the bottom of an engine, bam, see that? It will literally circulate every single piece of ferrous metal through the oil to the drain plug, attach it and hold it. You pull the drain plug out and you will be surprised at what you find. Now the reason we got onto this idea is Cycle Solutions. We build a ton of motors and we do hundreds of sets of gear driven cams a year at shows. And you can see our schedule at cyclesolutionsonline.com. We're constantly pulling these drain plugs out, and we're constantly finding that A, the O-ring's ruined, B, they got a whole bunch of gook that they put on it just to keep them from leaking, and C, that there's no metal on this. None. And the reason there's no metal is because it doesn't hold it. So, there you go. We'll do a couple of other demonstrations here. The Dimple magnet, the stock magnet. Smallest wrench in the toolbox, biggest wrench in the toolbox. Stock magnet. Just barely grabs a hold of it. Doesn't even move it. In fact, barely pick itself up. Dimple, it flies up to it. I didn't even touch it. Largest wrench in the box. Picks it right up. No problem. Needless to say, this thing will grab any ferrous metal and hold it. Here we go, another demonstration. The stock magnet, it can grab the little one, sometimes. Biggest socket in the box? No way. Right up to it. Amazing. Now folks, that is the mother of all drain plugs. Stock sucks. reach in my pocket here. Grab the V-rod. The V-rod has one tank of oil. The transmission and the motor, they're bathed in the same oil. It sheds metal like a dog sheds hair. This is the mother of all drain plug magnets. I mean, to tell you, it is stout. Things fly out the table. This particular magnet has probably 3 times the amount of magnetism as a smaller one. But the smaller one is 100 times more than necessary to grab all the metal that floats around in that motor and grab it and stick it to it before it clogs up the inside of the oil filter. There's a bunch of different applications in addition to the motor and transmission and primary drain plug magnet. We offer a big twin cam dry sump crankcase magnet. Pull the stock one out, carefully thread this one back in. Anything that's in the crankshaft inside the crank chest area will stick to this. Periodically you can drop it. Very little oil should come out of that anyway. Boy, will be covered with magnetic particles, that's for sure. We have some other applications, some smaller ones, and yet one even smaller than this little guy here. Same type of magnet. They're used on the primaries in certain applications. Our website's real clear. Series magnet. Now, we use Canaan Oil Filters because we feel they're the best oil filter in the business. You cut one open, you'll see why. We make what's called the black hole magnet series. It's 6 of these that you attach directly around to the outside of the oil filter. You spin it on. In effect, it turns the entire steel surface of the oil filter into one giant magnet. So you got 6 times the power of this on your oil filter itself, and you can arrange them in any way you want as long as they're around the outside. So as the oil flows in, any magnetically attractable particle of ferrous metal will stick right to the surface on the inside of this. By doing that, it keeps the filter media clean. So the only thing it has to filter out is plastics, non-attractable debris and such. Keeps your oil clean. And when I say it keeps it clean, I mean it keeps it clean. We like Lucas Oil. Lucas Oil has amazing additives in it. It quiets and cools your motor. You couple that with these magnets in our box of lube, which is available on the website. You'll be able to take off and ride to your heart's content with no worries about metal in your motor, trashing your motor. That's what we got to talk about today, folks. CycleSolutionsOnline.com. Our phone number is 765-768-6000. We look forward to helping you.